Okay. Well, good morning. Thanks for stopping by. I just wanted to talk today a little bit about books. About books. Now, if you've listened to me before, you probably heard me mention that books basically bought my house. It's one of the main things I used to sell on eBay a long time ago when I first started. Well, maybe not when I first started. Actually, I had a neighbor who, at the time, who turned me on to selling books online. Although she was never an online seller, she did sell a lot of books at the flea markets and things like that. And what I ended up doing was I completely switched everything I was doing. Really, I started pretty much doing almost exclusively books there for the longest time. Hence, the name of my store was Old Paz Bookstore. Old Paz Books and Collectables, I think it was actually was what it was called. But my eBay store at the time. But that I believe the market's changed. I believe that the prices for books have gone down, if not become non-existent in a lot of cases. I mean, lots of penny sellers on Amazon and everything. I did not sell on Amazon during the heyday when it first started out. I didn't start. I honestly allowed the fee structure, the Amazon fee structure, to hold me back from making a boatload of money at the time. I don't really feel. I'm not an Amazon seller anymore. I did do it for a few years there, but I kind of lost interest in it. I just like doing eBay for the most part, really. So anyway, what I wanted to do is just ask the question, do books still sell? I mean, do they still sell? A lot of them really don't. It depends on what you list, honestly. So I have this spreadsheet that you're staring at. This is a book inventory that I did. And it may only be for probably 2015, part of 2016. But I quit doing my spreadsheet this way. Because it was too difficult bouncing back and forth between different categories on the spreadsheets. So, if I ever figure this out, actually figure out how to make spreadsheets work, I might be able to do categories and maybe just click a category and only have those ones show up or something. I don't know if that actually works or not. But anyway, the point of this is to show you that you can see here, I got the dates that I listed things here on the far left category there, and then I have a description of the book, or some of them are audiobooks, and then I had something here for type, which I don't use that anymore. And brand, I don't use that anymore. Didn't use it much there. And then I have purchase price column, which, I can tell how much I paid for something. And then the sold price column, and then the date sold, which sometimes I didn't put them in there at the time. But anyway, you can see the purchase price column here, the first four that I have in here for May of 2015, right next to it, all four books sold. And you can see that the first one, the whole earth catalog, $3 to $15.50. The 15 Giants of Philosophy, that was an audiobook. There was 15 of them that I bought. 15 audiobook. I didn't buy them. I got them for free at the niche. And then altogether, they all sold for $40 altogether. And then again, there's one for a quarter that sold for $20. These were CDs. I put the CDs in here because they were spoken word, so $8 to $39.90. That took a long time though to finally sell the last one of those. So, you can see some of these, and you can see this one I listed May 19th, 2015, and it was up. Its sale date was the last of them sold on October 13th last year, so it took over a year that to sell. And that's the thing with books. A lot of times books are very long tail books to get a decent price for them. So you have to keep that in mind if you want to be a bookseller, is that you may have to wait quite a long time for a book to actually sell. Now, I'm not talking about in-demand college textbooks just when college is coming back into that sort of thing. Of course, some of those will sell very quickly, but those present their own issues as well. So, and then it just keeps going. But you'll notice one thing here is that look at the sold column. All right, here in June, there's one that didn't sell yet. I still have that. Yeah, I know exactly where it's at too. I really do. And that was June of 2015. And you can see the sold column here. You can see the buy column. Look down through there, and you can see the prices I paid versus what I got for them. I'm not typically I'm not buying a book for a quarter and selling it for $1.99. Not typically, not doing that. Horrible Harry. I liked Horrible Harry books, but they apparently aren't selling anymore. At least not for what I must have those listed for. If they're still even listed, I know I still have them. I'm not sure if they're still listed. So that was one that didn't sell. But I mean, you can take a look down through here and just get kind of an idea of where things are at now. The V.C. Andrew books, I have a few of those left. If I get some more, I'll put a lot of them up, but I may be done with those. I may be done buying those because they just don't seem to be selling anymore. So that might have turned around, and I just don't have enough books in the lot. And scroll down through here. These are 12 worn out James Bond books. I mean, they were beat. They were just beat paperback books. They were just beat. And I only paid $2. I got them in a bag lot at the niche, and I got $14 for them. So, you can. A Course in Miracles, that used to be really big. I mean, back when I sold books before, that book right there would have been a $30 book. Now it's $8. Well, not now, but 2 years ago when it sold was $8. It just a flooded market. It's all it is. And no, that's not YouTubers' fault. It's just the market. People learn what sells and what doesn't. Let's see. Civil War Letters book. I don't even remember that, but I got $40 for it. I didn't pay nothing for it. And let's see. Betty Neal's used to be a romance book. I used to sell quite a bit of her books. I don't really see them that much, so I haven't really had a chance to look and see if she still does. I still have the Taylor Caldwell books that I put up, a book lot I put up. I think there's only 3. And hers used to be, I used to be able to sell hers in lots quite easily, but now this one's been up for over 2 years and it hasn't sold. So, but then again, I haven't really looked for any more to try to add to that. So, George Orwell, 1984. That was a hardback, and I got $25 for that. We had the dust jacket too. So, again, it's $25 for a book, and honestly, I don't think I've ever had a book returned. Not ever. Never ever had a book returned. I never had anybody try to scam me. The only issue I had, I did have a book return one time, to tell you the truth. That was probably in 90, well, it might have been 2000, 2001, somewhere in there. In the book, they screwed up when they published it, when they printed it, and they didn't have the pages incorrectly. The pages were like screwy. So I didn't believe the lady. Of course, you never believe somebody. You think they're scamming you. So I had her send it back to me. I should have never wasted the money, because why would she lie about something like that? But she did. She didn't. And the book was screwed up. So I just gave her her money back and ate the shipping on it. So that's just that. And then I recycled the book, which back then was trash. There wasn't any recycling programs for books that I was aware of at the time in my little town without a sheriff. Okay, of course, signed books. Omar Bradley. I mean, World War II general. That's gonna go for decent money. Not like it used to, because that collector. I bet you that book a long time ago a signed copy of Omar Bradley's book, one of his books, that probably would have gone over $100 easy. But times change. And but some of those World War II books that I sold, I don't know if any of you remember those or not. They may have been in my early what sold videos. But you can see they've 30, 35, 55, 50, 70, 90. And then there's one for $10. Another one for 10. That's just the way it goes, you know. I still have this Lewis Miller Sketches that's in here. And I've got that price stupid high, like a couple $100, $250 or something like that. Because when I put it up, there wasn't any. So and I may have found one on like ABE Books or something like that was priced like that, so I just went by that price. But you can see, look at the sold column here. These are books from 2015, and they're mostly all sold. They're pretty much all sold. Now, I've never understood why that Doc Savage book never sells. I had that listed in my old store as well. It just doesn't sell. You know, Baba Black Sheep, Pappy Boyington's book, that I sold multiple copies of that at the time, the paperback book. That one, for some reason, is the same as the other ones I sold. It just, I don't know, it just stopped selling. And Wizards, Warriors, and You. I'll tell you, you don't see this anymore, but a long time ago, I got a book. If you're familiar with kids' books, back in the 80s, they used to have choose your own adventure books. And as you would read, mostly they're fantasy, you know, as it was, you know, Dungeons and Dragons heyday. And as you would read through these things, they would have multiple choices you could make that would lead you in a different direction. And I had one of these books, the very first one of them I got, that I listed, and I don't remember what the title is. You know, they didn't have Google spreadsheets back then, I'll tell you that. And I wouldn't have done it anyway. I was so busy listing. But I ran it at auction, and this book ended up selling for like $28 or something like that. And that changed my whole attitude on choose your own adventure books. And in lots, you know, but after that they never did sell like that again. But I sold them in lots, and I got good money for them. So, you know, and I still pick them up. I did sell the last lot that I had for I did okay on it. But not like I used to. But they're hard to find now. So at least for me, I have a hard time finding them. So I got a couple of them, 2-3 of them now. So, but I'm waiting. I don't have them listed. And yeah, again, there's a few more slots opening up there, but still, you can see in the sold column, I'm selling books. You know, who's that? William Johnston. I don't know what happened there. That Johnstone guy, he used to sell really well, and now apparently he's done. So yeah, Uncle Arthur's bedtime stories. I used to sell them like crazy. I gotta stop buying them. I gotta stop buying them. They're not going anymore. So, and then there's a 7-volume King James Bible from the PTL Club that sold for $30. That was a good sale. Sports Illustrated magazines, they were selling, but I have sold a couple of them. Maybe those two are both sold, and I just never. I think I looked in the wrong place for them, and I never put some of these, it could be, too, that they actually did sell, but I couldn't. I forget that I have these old spreadsheets, and I just look on the new one, and, of course, they're not there, and so, you know, I forget to look back here, so. Because I sold a Sports Illustrated with, I think it was Reggie was on the cover, and, so, you know, I think they're early 80s, late 70s, somewhere in there is where they are. Well, one of them I think might have been 76. I think it had the Big Red Machine on there, if I remember right. But yeah, you can see. Again, you can see. You know, the books do sell, but look at the price that I paid. Nothing. That's how you like to. That's how you like to. You can get books exceedingly cheap sometimes. Sometimes you can't, but you still see. I still in my my whole video is I still pick up books and I still sell books. Again, not on the level I used to, mainly because the market has actually become, I don't know if you want to say saturated or whatever, but I'm a little more picky about the books that I sell these days. So there's always this part of me that wants to go back and try selling books on Amazon, and then I keep remembering you really gotta be careful with selling on Amazon, because the fees will gobble up everything. You know, you almost, I don't know, if you're not going to bring back more than, if it's not going to sell for more than $15, it probably isn't worth even listing it on Amazon. The price, the final value fees on Amazon are just incredible. So anyway, you can't blame them. Look at Amazon. What's their stock at today? I don't know. Through the friggin' roof, probably. Last time I checked, I think it was at $1,200. Should have bought it at $900. Didn't. So, let's see. Grace Livingston Hill. If you can find hers really cheap, that was a step. Now that was, when I say cheap, I mean 10 cents or free. Because you can see there, I only got $15 for a lot of 17. So yeah, those are paperbacks. Hardbacks might be doing better. I don't know. Old romance novels. I think they're kind of Christian-y kind of ones. I'm not sure. I didn't, of course, read them. But yeah, you can see here in the sold column again. Look, I mean, they're actually, they did sell. So books do sell on eBay. You can see that. I just scroll down through. There's a new offer. I'm taking that. It's only $8 for 5 plastic Christmas ornaments, but they're from probably 2 years ago or a year ago. So they're going to go. Yeah, again, there's, what's that? Nancy Taylor School's course. I was actually really surprised that sold for that money. $40 for that. I had that around here for years and years. I moved when we bought this house. In 2005, I brought that with me from our old place. So there you can see it sold in 2015. So I had that thing around a long time. They were actually, I don't know about, that's free ship. $8, but they're all little plastic bells. They don't weigh anything. That's not going to weigh anything. So I'm going to send them first class. Yeah, they're out of here. They're going to go away. Make somebody happy at Christmas. Is that good karma? There it goes. Okay. Temple bombing. I don't know what that is. But see, there's one. 10 cents. Sold it for $2.86. $2.86. What did I do that for? There's another one for $2.33. Oh, see, yeah. Then I also had what platform they sold on, and here in this last column. So some of these were selling on Amazon at the time. Look at that. $2.86, $2.33. Amazon sales. That's why I don't sell books on Amazon. Because I probably lost. Today I would lose money on those. At the time, I don't think at that time when I sold them on there, I think that was still a reasonable sold price. And that's not they're not FBA. I don't they're merchant fulfilled. Okay, let's see. Oh, see, now there's a bag of V.C. Andrews books. I don't know how many a bag was. Oh no, I bought a bag of hardbacks and paperbacks, and I sold them in 2 separate lots. And I paid $3 for the bag, and I ended up getting $49. And that was January of last year. So maybe I should be so down on V.C. Andrews books. I should look them up more. I think most of, I don't know what the deal was on that. I don't remember. I don't remember which ones sold for what. That's my first cup of coffee. I was up till 4 o'clock this morning. It's quarter 10 now. I was up till 4. I was doing some packaging, but mostly I don't want to tell you, I was playing Skyrim. That's what I was doing. But, and trying to list at the same time, which doesn't typically work out very well. But, oh well. It was fun. Your baby can read language system. If you ever find one of those, they were selling, I don't know if they still are, to pay $10 at, bought that at the This and That shop. I don't go there very much. That was actually when they were in their other location up here. So I got $50 for them. But I don't actually go there that much. I just don't pop in there. I don't. Nice folks, I don't know. I just don't go. And yeah, so again, there's the sold column. You're welcome to pause the video and stop and do some research here on these books. You can look any of these books up, and you can see what the prices are, if they're still selling for decent prices or not. Some of this stuff I really had to hold on to get any money out of. Now see here, this one here, this Gothic Treasure Trove hardback. I was sure that would sell quick, and I ended up getting $10 for it. And I just sold it back in July. I mean, I had that thing listed for 2 years. I was positive that was going to sell good, but it didn't. Oh, and there's a few that aren't listed. Now, see these screen grates. I'm pretty sure I sold those. But I got them 10 cents at a yard sale. They were basically, I put 10 cents on there, but they sold them by the box, and there were dozens. They were dozens, and they were like $2-3 a box for these different magazines. They're still, most of them are still in the boxes. I haven't gotten to them. Money just sitting all over the place. Well, it needs to be turned into money anyway. And yeah, we're up into February 2016 now on the thing. You can still see that most of the books that I listed, for the most part. Now, here's the Destroyer paperback lot. Now, there's only 2 in that lot, 2 paperbacks in that lot. I used to sell them like crazy. I would have got $15 for them books back 15 years ago. Now not so much. Hannah Howell, she did Highlander books. I think they were romance novels, and they used to sell pretty good too. But I think they must be gone. They must be done as well. So I guess that was probably back during the heyday of the Highlander TV series, and everybody wanted to read the Highlander things, and then it switched over to paranormal. People wanted to read about romance with vampires and stuff. So yeah, that's weird. Yeah. Bible story. Arthur Maxwell. Again, that's the same guy that did the bedtime stories. And you can see the 9 book lot, $35, $30, $40 for the lots. I have a complete series up now that I purchased a couple weeks ago, a month ago. It's listed now. It's all 10 books. I don't know what, I think I got more on it than more on it than that, but more on it. And I tried selling them individually, and some of them did sell. I don't know if maybe I didn't mark them off on here or something. I don't know, but some of them did end up. A lot of them I've sold actually quite a few of them by themselves, just one book. Let's see, anything else here that really... Lots of romance books. I mean, not for a lot. I'm going to say Macomber, but I don't know if that's how you say it. Debbie Macomber. That was a 12 book lot. Paid $3, got $20. That's how a lot of it works with them. Julie Garwood. I know a lot of these names mostly from when I used to sell before a long time ago, and I was still. I'm not picking them up like I used to. I got a big lot of Debbie McComber books up, and they're not moving. I got a big lot of Nora Roberts books up, and they're not moving. I'm probably gonna have to go in and lower those prices on those, and just get them gone and stop messing around with them. So now here these Joyce Berry books. I blew this one. I have them listed. Had them listed for $129. Somebody offered me $70, and I didn't take it. And I should have taken it. I didn't, because again, they sold really well before, and I have not had another offer since. Well, I countered her, and she didn't buy them. So, Sweet Pickles. If you ever find the Sweet Pickles children's books, I think they were from the 70s. Late 70s, maybe early 80s. I think late 70s. Sweet Pickles books. And my sister and her ex-husband raised their kids with these books, with these Sweet Pickles books. So I knew that had to be back in the. I think she got married. No, maybe that was in there. It might have been in the 80s then. That might have been in the 80s, because she got married in, I think it was 78. So, the kids came over the next couple of years. So, could have been late 70s, I guess. Anyway, so you can see, they actually sold fairly well. So, of course, again, disclaimer in there that, again, this was a year ago, so, and things do change. Trixie Belden, her books. Let's see. This doesn't have. I know they're sold, and I don't have a sold price in there for them. So, but they are sold. Yeah. So again, if you're looking at the sold column here, you're seeing that they're all selling. So. They are. Cassie Edwards, that was a big one. I bought a mess of them over at the Niche. I paid $45, I think, for all of them, because I knew that they were good. So overall, I made money, not as much as I typically make on. These were 10-book lots that I sold. They were paperback books I sold in lots for 10. Well, there's 10 books in each lot, and so it worked out to $5 a piece for a lot. For each lot is what I paid, and then of course then you can see what I sold them for. So prices went down. I still have a couple of those, of lots. So it could be maybe they're dead now. Maybe I still have those last 2 lots because they don't sell anymore. I don't know. And that's it. It ends in June of 2016. Two-Wheel Thunder. It was only $10. I thought that was going to do better. But yeah, so that you can see there that my sold column that looks like probably 95% of the books sold. Maybe 92%. But they did sell. So books do sell on eBay. You just got to be. I think you just need to be a little more. Picky about which ones you buy and sell. You can't just buy anything. But then again, even romance novels, you can sell romance books if you get them super cheap, and you sell them in lots. Sometimes by genre, because sometimes if you list them, if they're paranormal, you list them by paranormal. You could break that down into the different kinds of paranormal. Gothic romance has its own collectors. Typically, those are older books. Regency have their own collectors. I don't think they're still making. I don't think Regency's still a thing now. So you might need to get older ones for that as well. Individual authors have it's like anything else. They get hot, and a certain author is hot for a little bit, and then they're not. And I hate to say it, but Danielle Steele. Don't buy Danielle Steele. Don't, under any circumstances. If you get them for free, okay. If you get them for free, you're good. But don't buy Danielle Steele. she's done. There was another lady. I used to sell Danielle Steele books a long time ago. They used to sell really well, but not so much. I think the last ones I had from the old days ended up recycled. So that's just the way that goes. And there was somebody else, Janet Daly. I think it's Janet Daly. You can look her up. I don't know if she sells now or not, but she got busted a while back for. She was super hot. As an author, she was very hot. She was selling really well, and then she got busted for plagiarism. That's what it was, for plagiarism, and just the prices just dropped. I don't understand. The books were still good. Even if she was a plagiarist, you liked reading the books. So what's the? All right, she stole the books from somebody else. So what? There's only so many themes you can write a book about. There's only like 7 main themes, so a lot of books are going to seem like they're the same, and the plot lines are boy meets girl, boy loses girl, boy gets girl back. Or girl loses girl, gets girl back. Whatever. Or sure, boy gets boy, boy loses boy, boy gets boy. It's the same thing. It's just the same thing over and over again. So they just change the characters, change the scenery, and you write another book, and you make a boatload of money if you're somebody who's popular. So yeah. So anyway, yeah, that's my take on fiction. Anyway, yes. So yeah. So that's basically it, I think. But yeah. So paranormal books, UFO books, some of those can sell very well. Some of the conspiracy type things can be good sellers. Some, don't get me wrong. You gotta pick and choose. There's some Christian literature. If you can find, and I need to be careful with this because I'm not positive, I haven't looked in a while, but there was a guy down in Florida by the name of Peter S. Ruckman, and he's a preacher, was a independent fundamental Baptist preacher down there, and King James only, and his books used to sell wildly. Just incredibly high. I don't know if they do anymore, but they used to sell really well. Who else in the Christian genre, in the Christian line? Oh, there was old guys I used to sell. There was this one guy. I can't think of his name. I'd know it if I saw it. It's gone from me now. I don't remember his name, but he used to, Home. I don't remember anymore, but I used to. Again, things change. So but when I would find his books, I could count easy that I had a $20 to $50 book in my hands. The Watchtower, the Jehovah's Witness books, Studies in Scripture, those are pretty good. I don't know if they still are. The later ones in the series used to be really better. I used to get like $100 a piece for volumes like 5 through 7. I could get $100 a piece for. And you may find some of their other books that sell. I'm not sure. When you sell them, you're likely to get a comment from somebody. They're likely to send you a question and tell you, these were given away for free. What are you selling them for? And answer that the way you want, however you want to. Answer it or don't answer it. It's really simple. My simple answer for them is that there are a lot of people who want to study Jehovah's Witness literature, but do not want Jehovah's Witnesses coming to their door and harassing them. You don't have to use the word harassing, and evangelizing them. And that's just the case. That's just how a lot of people are. So a lot of people just want to study the literature, but they don't want to have home visits. They're private or whatever it is. They just don't. Some of it is for people who call themselves cult busters. They like to study the literature to try to learn, to try to help them evangelize Jehovah's Witnesses. I'm not judging. I'm just saying. Either way, I'm not judging either way. I'm just saying. So, honestly, it doesn't matter to me. Bottom line is that the books sell very well. And for me, as a reseller, that's the important thing. let's see. Arthur W. Pink was a Christian writer. Some of his might still be pretty decent. I'm not sure. They used to be. Yeah. Military typically can be good, maybe not, maybe. Yeah. Again, it's stuff you're gonna have to. Classic books that are in leather bindings, or very ornate hardcovers in a lot. I don't know if they do it anymore. People used to buy what they would call a bookshelf full of books. You could sell a whole row of books if the spines were if they looked really nice. If the spines looked nice and they had gilt lettering and were very ornate, you could sell a whole group of them for good money. I used to sell a lot of old books that way because I couldn't sell them. I couldn't sell them for the books that they were, for the actual content, but I could sell them for the way they looked. So that was a long time ago. I haven't done that in a long time. But anyway, not that they don't still do that, but that's that. So I can't really think of anything else to talk about. So I guess I'm gonna go. So you guys have a great day, and I'll talk to you later. Bye.